Welcome back to the Graybeard Podcasts. Thank you for joining us on this lovely Saturday morning or whatever day it is that you're watching or listening. With me today is a good old buddy of mine, somebody I met we met on a Facebook
in a Facebook
photography Facebook group, and we've been, kind of buddies ever since. We found out we had mutuals outside of that. And but without further ado, let me introduce Miss Angelisa Blyden. Is that the proper? I don't know why I wanted to say Angelina, but I put it in properly.
You're not the only one. You're not the only one that says my name wrong, but it's Angelisa.
Angelisa, but you got to say it with an accent, right?
No, not really.
But you are from the islands.
From the islands, yes.
Yeah.
St. Thomas Virgin Islands.
St. Thomas.
Mm-hmm. I'm not Jamaican.
Okay. You get confused with Jamaican a lot?
That's the first question people normally ask when they hear someone like me with an accent. They be like, "Hey, are you from Jamaica? Do I sound like it?" Yeah, but no, I'm not.
Because we're dumb. Like I say we,
Yes, everyone.
White people.
Everybody else too, trust me. Everybody.
Yeah, it's true. That's a whole thing. Like I saw, speaking of TikTok, she's, by the way, she is a TikTok superstar, not superstar, but she's, what do you got, like over 30,000 followers on that thing?
Yeah.
And, so, and I've watched your progression from like, you had like a couple hundred, like where I'm at, to where you're at now. And you did that through just a lot of hard work.
A lot of posts and a lot of... That's time consuming too. You know how much time I had to edit a video or do it over again, and it's like, man, bump that, I'm done. But then I'll still do it.
Yeah. Well, because you get to a point where it's like it's almost like I imagine, anyways. For me, when I edit videos, it becomes a like a labor of love type of thing. Like you want to see what it looks like when it's done.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that how you kind of feel when you're editing them things?
It's not too much for editing for me. It's simple on TikTok. I don't do this high-tech stuff like you guys do in here, because what's all of this machine right here?
Well, we do everything like this, and we do it live because it records as we're streaming live. And
I know I got this camera looking at me.
Oh, he's not even paying attention to you. If we could only zoom in, that would be great.
There you go.
I just look at the camera too.
I'm gonna use that when I make a clip, and I will see when I want a zoom or something like that. I have to do it afterwards because you get 16:9. That's it. You know.
You got a good frame right there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, you're in it. So, see this bitch. But no, I was watching the TikTok, and it was a guy. It was a fucked up kind of racist, but it was funny because they were making fun of stupid people.
Yeah,
and that's always funny. But it was like this white guy, and there was an Asian looking lady, and they were on a jog, and they bumped into each other, and he's like, "Where are you from?" And she's like, definitely speaking with a English accent. And she's like, "I'm from, Boston or whatever." And he's like, "No, where are your people from?" And she's like, "What the fuck?"
Stereotyping from Boston. Where you think we from?
Yeah. And well, she goes, "My mother's from Korea, or my grandmother's from," and he's like, I knew it. And she goes, "Where are your people from?" He's like, "Oh, wherever." And she goes, "No, where are your people from?" He's like, "Oh, I guess Liverpool." And she's like, "Spot of tea, governor." She gave it back to him. So that, when you make light of a heavy subject, I think that's okay. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of shit going on in the world right now.
Hence why I do my little videos and have fun and do whatever I want to do. I don't have to care what anyone say.
Yeah. So I met you in a photography group. You kind of put the photography down a little bit.
Yes, I did.
Why is that?
Life. Certain situation hinders you from doing things you need.
Making too many TikToks.
Well, just something personal that was going on in my life that just needed to I had to put it down for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna pick it back up though.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you.
Yep. Well, shoot, let's go take some photos. Let's go.
I think
you was the first person I shoot.
Yeah,
so.
that's right. I forgot. There are photos on my. I don't know if you posted them on your Instagram. I definitely posted at least a couple on mine.
Yeah.
But I think that was the first time I ever did a photo shoot with anybody.
Had all the women on my page talking about, who is this guy, girl?
Yeah, it's funny. I don't look like that at all anymore.
You still do. You still do. You still got it. It's okay.
I don't know if I know. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would be willing to do a redo.
No problem.
Yeah, in about a year when I get all this excess. I got a thing going on in my gut area.
That's why we have Photoshop.
I don't play with Photoshop. Though I did fuck around with one of your pictures that you took. I put like a moon in my hand, and I will never understand why I did that. Never in a million years will I understand why I did it.
You felt connected to the universe.
Well, I know I had taken a photo of the moon, and I was like, well, this is my picture. And, I know the person that took this picture, so I'm not going to get copyrighted for anything. And I didn't have to worry about, like, what do you call it? CGIing the thing. But, so, yeah, I think that might, I don't know. But anyways, it was a good time.
It was. And I thank you for that because you really helped me out then. I
think you did a better job taking my pictures than I did taking yours.
No, you didn't. My photo shoot was fine. Don't play with me.
No, I loved them. I loved them.
Of course, I did.
I was just hoping you were happy with them.
I was.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, we did it. We've exchanged photo shoots.
Yes.
That's what you got to do. I think a lot of times is, it's an unfortunate part of trying to grow your business is doing a lot of free shit or collaborations or helping each other out, whatever.
Because got a lot of selfish people that keep things for themselves and don't want to help no one.
100%. Well, just so my listeners get to know you, I want them to get to know you. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to ask you about, did you move here from St. Thomas?
Yes, I've been here 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's rough back home. So,
with
having kids.
What is life like in St. Thomas? I have no idea.
32 square miles and a big rock in the middle of the water. You tell me what's that like? Only way off that island is by plane or boat.
What is the population like?
I don't even know.
Is it just overcrowded?
But just be like, hey, I saw you yesterday. Hey, I saw you the other day. Oh, I know you.
Like very local.
It's like literally living in a small town.
Yes.
But it's a small rock in the ocean.
Small rock in the ocean. I mean, it has its beauty, of course, but living, it's really hard down there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that what? Do people go there for? I feel like St. Thomas is a place people go to vacation and stuff.
To be surprised, a lot of people know about St. Thomas Virgin Islands.
Okay.
I mean, you should go take a trip there one time and just go sunbathe.
Isn't that where they do the hedonism and all that shit?
I don't know all about that. I don't know.
I feel like there's a place, and where they do. What is it? I think it's called hedonism.
Oh, wow, yeah.
But it's a beautiful island.
And there's a lot of nude beaches.
It's not a lot. It's probably one nude beach, but I think they closed that one down.
42,000 people live there.
42,000 people in 32. You said 32 square miles.
Look right there, yeah.
Good God, that's a lot of people in that small area, though.
There's 1,300 people per square mile.
And one hospital.
Wow.
And after the hurricane, the hospital was destroyed, and they haven't repaired it yet.
Are you serious?
Wow.
They had a cancer center treatment that got destroyed. It has not been repaired up to yet.
So do you still have family that lives there?
My father, yeah. I have aunts and uncles.
Yeah. Are they okay?
They're good.
Okay.
That was the hurricane like Irma Maria at that time, and that's just to show you up to now, they're still rebuilding.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Beautiful place to visit. Don't get me wrong, beautiful. But if you're thinking about going and living there, get your funds in order and your mind right.
What is the what is the St. Thomas and the Virgin Islands? What territory is that?
U.S. territory.
Is it under the U.S. territory?
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's a U.S. port there. And
okay, I see administration U.S.
See, a lot of people don't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm a moron, though.
No, that's why when people be like, oh, you need your papers. No, baby, I'm a U.S. citizen. Thank you very much.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Cuba right there. Is that Cuba? No, what is next to
No, St. Thomas. I don't know. Cruise Bay, Crown.
Okay, the
okay,
Virgin
never mind.
Islands is considered 4 islands: St. Croix, St. Thomas, St. John, and Water Island.
Okay.
And then you got the British Virgin Islands, which is up there, like
Gotcha.
just Van Dyke and Tortola.
Wow.
Well, you know all
But
this.
don't
but
ask
you-
me the history because I don't know nothing. I just lived there, grew up there, and came here.
Yeah. What is like everyday life like? It's just like,
Well, you know, I love the beach.
yeah.
I was a beach bum, and the best time to go and visit home is like carnival time.
Mm-hmm.
You go get drunk, party, watch the parade, all the boat races, stuff like that. And before I left, I was a cop, so
That's right. I remember you telling me that.
Oh,
I seen
wow.
pictures.
fun times.
Yeah.
But being a cop back home is like relax.
Well,
Fun on the beach for real. Like you chill. It's not like
It's
up
almost
here.
like Mayberry.
Yeah. It have its moments.
You get the
but
same person. Hey, all right, Ed, let's go.
Oh,
you know.
Yeah, you sure do. You sure do. But yeah. St. Thomas, St. Croix, and St. John.
very cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Like I guess the I was gonna ask you about your days as a cop, but
It was chill. It was.
yeah, it seems like there wasn't a whole lot going on.
It wasn't much. It have its moments, like I said, just like everywhere have its
Yeah.
crime. It was more chill because you know people and you go to certain places. I mean, you can't take stuff for free, but you know, people always like, here, take this drink. I can't. Like,
Uh-huh.
you know, maybe next time.
So you got like privileges and stuff, maybe?
I never took them.
Yeah.
Never. And my last few years as a cop, I ended up moving up to the government house. Like, I would sit with the security team, watch the videos for the governor.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed that so much because I was like, I didn't want to be on the streets no more.
Right.
I didn't want to be on the streets no more. Like, you see too much, you hear too much,
So I mean, like, what was a day like? You just drive around and
yeah,
fucking
until they call you for a case, just like every cop does.
yeah.
Drive around, hang out, do whatever, or pull people over for. Take it back.
How's the traffic?
I'm shut up.
You don't want to get dragged on the internet.
no,
All the
no.
people from St.
I'm a
Thomas.
citizen now, people. Sorry. I agree with you.
I agree with you.
Mhm.
Are they not good drivers?
Who's
The people in St. Thomas.
y'all are not good drivers.
What you
up here.
talking about?
It's horrible up here, and we drive on the left back home.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
That's so weird.
drive on the opposite side. But,
But
y'all
you,
can't.
you know why they do that?
Why?
That's like like an English or a French thing that like over the pond, they all drive on the left side and their car, like the driver's side is on the right side.
Yeah, that's in the British, but we actually drive
Yeah.
on the opposite lane. Like y'all drive on
Yeah.
the right up here, we going on the left.
Yeah.
But there are cars where the driver's side is actually
Oh.
on the other side.
Right. Yeah, like in the
In the British.
But they do that. It was from jousting, from way back in the day, and because you would be I guess when you would joust, it was like didn't matter if you were left or right-handed. Everybody jousted with their right hand, so you would hold and you would be on the left side so you could hit them with your joust, and they just adapted that into motor vehicles when they came along. So that's kind of why that's what I heard. Anyways, I don't really know if it's true or not.
No one knows the truth.
We don't know about true stuff on this podcast. We just kind
don't know
of
the
talk shit. You know what I'm saying?
We just go with the flow.
Yeah. So what? And then you moved here, you said 8 years ago. That would have put you at what, 16?
I wish. Because being an adult is ghetto.
Yeah, it's bad.
Mhm.
Isn't that?
Rough.
Oh my God, I
Yeah.
couldn't say that again. I couldn't do it. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. I don't want to be I don't want to do it anymore. The adulting.
That's what I be telling my kids. Y'all in a rush to grow up. You missing the
Every
real
kid.
picture of it.
Slow down.
Every kid. I remember when I was a kid, I wanted to grow up so I could, drink and
Curse
drive a
and-
car and cuss and, whatever.
Fornicate.
Fornicate. So proper.
I didn't want to be rude and say,
You can say fuck. It's okay.
fuck.
Yes. For unlawful carnal knowledge. I think that's what that supposedly means. That's what.
I thought it was fornicate under contract to the king.
might be that too.
Yeah.
But all I know is Van Hagar, when they put out an album, it was called For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. So it spelled fuck. But
Interesting.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it was, or it was just Sammy Hagar. Anyways, it don't matter. But squirrel. Yeah, dude, there's a lot of that going on. But are you still a part of that Facebook group or no?
No, I left that group a long time ago.
Yeah. I've been roped into a couple other ones, but I don't really post anything. I just I don't know. Like I was telling you earlier, I got on a whim, I found this group, down in Riverside, and I met a lot of really nice people, really cool people, talented people. People I call my friends now that, I mean, if you're interested and if you want it to, I can definitely hook you up. It might be fun for us to go down to one of the, they haven't had an event in fucking forever. But when they would probably once a month, they would do an event where it would be, cause it's a photography studio, and they would have there'd be like 45, 50 models in there, and then probably another 30 photographers, and they would have it set up in 3 stations, and you just grab a model and you go up, and then you just pose them and shoot, and it's good, and it's a good networking time. People, you exchange informations and whatnot. So if you're interested in that, but I've definitely, and I've talked about this recently on the podcast before, so people are probably getting tired of hearing about it, but I want to talk about it more so I can give myself like accountability to do it. But just like I was telling you earlier as well, we talked a lot before we started, guys. But doing like a walk and shoot, or it's very therapeutic.
Yeah.
Just to kind of get out of your comfort zone, and then you don't realize it, but you start talking to the people around you because you have something in common. And, you'd be opening up about things. My friend Barry and I, we talked about some deep shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it felt good. And then afterwards, we went and had breakfast at that little, it's called like Sunrise Sunset Diner right there in Green Cove. But
imagine just opening up to people like that, just off of doing photography or just doing something you like. That's how it was for me and you anyway.
Yeah.
When I first met you, I think I opened up a little too much than I should have.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, I have always been the type of person that, like, I don't know if I attract that. I put off a good vibe, like an open vibe, and people just, they come, and then they just immediately, I start hearing the deepest, darkest secrets.
Happens to me a lot,
Yeah.
especially in Walmart. I'd be like, why did this lady just tell me this? Oh my goodness.
Walmart.
Fucking Walmart.
Yeah. Wally World.
Yeah, baby. Now, remember when Alana and I were doing a podcast, and I had talked to you about coming on that show.
Yeah.
And you actually reached out to me and you said, hey, I have this story, and we don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. That's up to you. But it was that was one of your deep, dark secrets that and I agreed with you after you told me. I was like, yeah, this probably should get out. Like, this should probably be told.
Domestic violence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know if it's good or if it's bad, but I definitely think that when other people hear these things from people that it's in their peer groups, I say that I'm trying not to say men and women, because you'll get fucking, maybe we're in a different era now where you can say things like that. You can actually say man and woman, but at any rate, I feel like if other women heard your story, I think it does help to, and maybe educate them, and maybe they can think about things and identify when maybe they can't see when there's things happening.
It's hard to identify stuff because people don't be themselves anymore.
Right.
You're meeting people and they're not showing their authentic self. So then you fall in love with this image they give you, and then 360 on you.
Yeah.
So you really just have to be mindful and pay attention. Like,
right.
One red flag, don't be like, oh, it's okay, I'm going to work through it, or it's not as major as it seems. No, that red flag means throw it up, keep going.
Yeah.
Don't take the chance. Don't.
What's the saying? Trust your gut.
And that's something people should do for real.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's been a lot of situations where I've been in like this, something is telling me don't do it or don't go or whatever, and I'll go, and then the worst shit happens. So,
well, I mean, not to get off on a tangent on something different, or change the squirrel. But apparently, no, this is no joke. You can probably look this up, but it's something about your stomach. Your heart and your stomach actually have neurons, like what's in your brain. So I think that might be one of those things where it's like, trust your gut, it's actually thinking.
Yeah. Wish you would kick in a little harder so I don't make the wrong decisions.
I keep stuffing Twinkies and shit in my fucking face. It's like, why don't you think?
I prefer my sign to be pull me back or throw me down the stairs to make something happen so I don't go or encounter anything.
Yeah, it can get wild, but yeah, definitely in those types of situations, if something don't feel right.
I read this book recently by Colleen Hoover. This Ends With Us. That's a very good book that speaks about domestic violence, and I think she explains it to a T of the reason why many people stay in domestic violent relationships.
I thought that was the movie that they made, but
they made a movie. The movie's horrible. No offense. I didn't like it. I prefer the book.
Yeah.
It got in depth, right? Yeah. It was a very beautiful book. And that talks about domestic violence.
Yeah, that's definitely. I'm thinking of a different movie though. Mine was apocalyptic, like shit was about to.
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us. I don't know why my brain went there. So
TV
sorry.
Show.
It was like a.
It's a movie.
It was a TV
kinda.
show.
Oh.
It's like
It's based off a video game.
Like
The Last of Us.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's based off.
Interesting.
Anyways, yeah, this
It ends with us. Colleen Hoover. Shout out, Colleen.
Beautiful book.
Yeah.
Made me feel a little sad, but I was like, yeah.
But you identified with it.
Yeah. I relate to it completely.
Yeah, but by then it was probably too late.
Too late. I just recently read that book, to be honest.
What made you get it? Suggestion?
I read the first book that said it start with us, and then I was like, oh man, I read it backwards.
Oh shit.
So I read that one after, and I was like, oh man. But yeah, that was a rough time. But he ended up serving his time, and when he got out of jail, later down, like I want to say a year after, someone came to me and told me that he unalived himself, and they found him hanging on the beach.
Oh wow.
Well, that guilt. I mean, I suppose silver lining would be that he had a conscience and the guilt got to him. I can't say that I'm sad about it.
Well, sometimes I should have left.
That was back in St. Thomas.
Back in St. Thomas.
Okay.
I had just lost my mom too, just trying to
You were vulnerable.
find very vulnerable. And even though there were signs, I ignored them. It got really bad. It got to the point that I was, we was doing some bad drugs and just him stealing stuff and cheating and all kinds of things. I eventually did break up with him. And when we broke up, I met someone else and I started talking to that person. And one day he came back over and he was like, oh, I just need somebody to talk to. I knew the situation he was in. He was still on the drugs and, just lost,
Yeah, they're fast talkers.
Being the nice person that I am, when I let him in to talk to me, that's when everything just went down. That's I wouldn't be here today, but I am. So
well, thank God you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the worst experience of my life. So
yeah. Shit.
Yeah. One of these days I will talk about it.
Yeah.
But it's a real horrible story that I just.
You have your own platform now.
Yeah.
You can, if you wanted to talk about it, you could.
Yeah.
I think your followers love you.
I did a little.
I saw it.
Yeah, I did a little video.
I'll be following you.
Yeah, see,
But one of the things that I will say, getting off that, I know that's a touchy subject, so we'll kind of move on from there. But I mean, if you want to, we can circle back if you felt like it. But yeah, one of the things about your TikTok that I saw that I liked about what you did is you did it through hard work, and it took you time to grow. It wasn't like one of those things where one thing, you got this viral thing and now you're like in the news.
Yeah.
I think that ruins people. I don't know how you feel about it. Do you feel any different because you got all these people like following you on TikTok?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I just do it for fun. I enjoy it. I like the reaction I get from people too, that they enjoy it. So it's like, it is what it is, man. Ain't everything you're gonna get paid for, or you just, know. I just do it for the fun.
Yeah. How can you get paid? I've never even looked. I'm on the creator side, but I've never even looked into it.
Get paid pennies. You gotta be one of them top creators making that money.
Millions and millions.
Yeah. Because I'm like, what am I doing wrong?
I heard something about the top 500 on TikTok or something like that. I could be wrong though.
I think I might need to go lose a little weight or something, or
I don't think that matters.
I do a little booty twerking on there sometimes, so I don't understand why.
That
it's
shit,
not big enough.
That shit trips me out when you do the fucking your little dun, 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 you do it with the music. I'm like, oh, what is this girl doing? She is so bored right now.
Yes, I do. Yes, when I'm bored, I do that.
It's so funny. But you're hilarious. I think it's good. I think, but I think that's kind of like what the way it went for you. Like it was a slow progression.
It was.
I feel like those people that followed you are probably real followers versus people that just saw one video and they're like, oh, I'll follow.
At first, I did do the follow crowd, but after a while, it's like you get the followers, but no one's really interacting. No one's watching your videos or like that. So I stopped going to them.
Lurkers.
And I just posted me and let the people that like me come to me.
Right.
So.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's what I'm doing here. Like, I'm not doing anything special. We got a live stream. We I got some cameras and we talk. There goes that camera stare. And I mean, but that's it. That's this is who I am.
Yeah.
And you talk to me, and without this, I mean, we talk the same. It's no different.
Very much.
And that's why I told you, I was like, just two old buddies just chopping it up. That's
I was like, when you said what you doing, come on the pod, I was like, what?
Yeah.
No, I get nervous of these things, but I'm actually relaxing and just finished.
Well, we did give her a little bit of libations, so she's on her second glass of whiskey. Whiskey and Dr. Pepper. I will tell you, go home and drink a lot of water and take some aspirin, because that is bottom shelf.
I'm going to be like
whiskey.
this.
Yeah. That is not the best whiskey, and it will give you a headache.
It says TikTok pays 2 to 4 cents per 1,000 views. This translates to a potential earnings of $20 to $40 for a video with 1 million views.
So you really got to be cranking out those.
Yeah.
So I don't get paid nothing, bro.
Every video's got to be a viral video.
Yeah.
Crazy. I mean, it's possible. I've seen dudes. There's guys and girls out there that do it.
You have to be consistent. You got to post a lot. And me, I got work. I have children. I have goals and stuff I want to do that I'm not doing yet. And
do you think it's like a waste of time almost?
Not really, because sometimes people do message me and say, I'm so glad that your video pop up. And that's good enough for me.
That makes it all worth all
That's good enough for me. Because that person could be having a bad day or was just about to go jump off the ledge or something and just saw the video and was like, this girl's so stupid. I'm so good. You know what? Let me climb back down off this ledge.
A while back, the guy that was about to jump off the Buckman. Mm-hmm. You remember that?
I saw that on
You know
Facebook.
how they got him down?
How?
They showed him your TikToks.
Yeah. I wish. I'd have been like, I'm famous. I saved his life.
The average annual salary for a TikTok influencer is $131,000.
I mean, that's enough. I can handle that.
That's crazy.
I'll take it.
I'm not greedy.
Of course, you probably got to pay about 70, 80 grand in taxes.
Wow.
That too.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, now, like I said,
I never
I'm just
looked
going
into
to
it.
start. I want to start working on my craft so I could get that up and going.
Okay, so you're doing the crafting thing, and I'm glad you brought that because that's where I was going to go next. Do you have like an Etsy page or anything?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm just like brand new, starting off, like watching YouTube.
Well, you've been doing it for a minute.
Don't tell nobody that.
You've been building it and growing it and trying to. You know what you're doing is kind of the same thing you did with TikTok. You're experimenting with different items and different types of things that you can do.
Actually trying to see what I like to do the most or what's going to be the best bet to go with.
What's the most fun to do?
The wood design.
You like that?
Mm-hmm.
I like it too. Now, how do you do it? How do you do that?
You like wood design?
Well.
What's the wood design you like?
I can't talk about that on the podcast. No.
Wow.
No, I have always been like when I was a kid. We used to we had a little wood burning pen, and we had these. It's balsa wood. It was like real thin wood, and it would come with like a design on it, and you just have to basically trace it with the wood burning pen.
Pen, yeah.
It's basically just like an iron, and it's
That's what I do. I use the wood paste, and then I use the heating gun to do that. Or I would paint and then put vinyl designs on them. Mm-hmm. I didn't bring any pictures or other ones, but I brought some stuff.
We have some things here that she brought me, and I'm gonna show those now. She gave me a gift bag.
You know how many times I worked on your project?
I'm afraid to know.
You know how many times my friend was on the phone. He's like, girl, he would appreciate it. No, I want it to look right.
You don't have any idea how much I appreciate it. When you messaged me, I was like, there's no way. I was like, and I asked you how much.
You did. And why do people do that? If someone says, I have something for you, that means I'm going to give you something and I'm not looking anything
Support
in
small
retort.
business.
That's why. Because
small business.
Then I would have been like, yo, I'm selling this. Yeah. Would you like to purchase it? But I said no. I have something. You heard the English language? I have. I'm gonna break it down for you. I have something for you, so I want to give it to you without no funds.
It's true.
But then I would have been like, yo, I'm selling something with your logo on it. Would you like to buy it?
Yeah, I would have said yeah. But my thing is, to his point, when you said that, because I knew that you were doing like, you used to do like rugs and shit, and I know you said you didn't really, that was tedious. You didn't really care to do that. And other, I know you did like cups and
I do wine glasses.
Well, we're about to show some of the things that she does.
I did glitter wine glasses. I did.
So actually, first I want to show, because this podcast used to be called Archetype Aperture, and it had a different logo than what you see here, on the Graybeard podcast. And she took my old logo and did glass etching. That's fucking cool.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And I'm going to either frame that, or I'm going to I'll have like somebody make a little wood pedestal that I can set it up, maybe put some lights under it, and then I can just set it in here, over here or whatever.
See, look at that, you being all artsy.
Oh yeah, I'm going to have fun with that. I love that.
Thanks
for
giving me an idea that I can try myself too.
Well, I mean, that's what's cool about that is it's like where I started with this podcast, and it reminds me of that. And that was the first logo I ever made on my own. Like I didn't pay somebody to do it. I mean, I made my new logo too, but I was a little.
Where was it? I went on your page and that's what I saw, and I was like, I'm gonna take it off and just surprise him with this one. Now you see. I did. I went on there. I was like, I think this is the one for his photography, and I just saved it and worked on it.
It was when I started it, because if you listen to the audio podcast, the audio only, and you look, it'll say on like the first 50 episodes, it says Archetype Aperture, and then in the title, and it's just me talking, but that was my logo for that.
Okay.
And then I started doing this, and I was like, I need to retool this whole thing, because I started bringing people in to interview that weren't photographers. So I was like, I don't necessarily know if I want to have just because like Aperture, that was photography. And then, all the little things in here is like, that's the archetype, I'm very nerdy about my names. And then I was like, why don't you just make it easy? I have a fucking beard and it's gray. So there you go.
And that's the problem with me. I'm trying to find the name for my thing. Mm-hmm. Like I've came up with a few, but it's like, it's not pulling me like I'm
it didn't
when I
hit.
say it, it's like, no, I don't want to say. Where'd you get that from?
Right.
It don't sound right to me, but I'm working on it.
And when you do find something, you got to Google it and see if somebody else has it.
Yeah, trademark.
Yeah, that's I did that with both of these. But I now that I know that you're hunting for a business name, I'll help you.
Thank you, because it's driving me crazy.
So this is the wood burning here. And did you lacquer that? You put like it feels like there's a lacquer on it.
There's what is it called? The Mod Podge, the spray, the sealant to get on it. Yeah. So it don't when it gets wet or anything, it doesn't.
Right. I was gonna say it feels like it's been like polyurethane.
So it could shine too a little.
Yeah, I love it. I don't know what you're talking about. When you said you messed it up, I don't see where.
We are our own worst critic. And when we know what's wrong, we're going to point it out for ourselves.
We are. I feel that.
We're honest people.
On an epic level, but there's two of them. So maybe I'll give one to my producer.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Go right on my desk.
If you're cool with that.
That's yours to give. That's why I gave that extra.
So there's that.
Like, yeah, he can have that one too.
She did do a decal. It's white, so you probably can't see it. But I'm going to put that on my truck. For sure. That's going right on the glass.
That's awesome.
Now this is super cool. I don't drink beer, but look at that beer stein.
Put some juice in there, some
here.
Whatever you want.
Let me do this so you can see the.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
It's a badass mug.
Yeah, that's dope. I love that. Did you etch this on here too?
Yes, and it took me forever.
How many of these did you break?
I didn't break them. It was how many vinyl I went through just to get it on there to etch it properly.
Oh my god! Now, what are you etching it with?
It's etch cream. It's something called Aroma. I just print out your image.
Oh, and you put it on like a cutout thing.
Yeah, put a stencil on, tape it down, and just paint on some etching cream. Leave it sit for like 30 minutes. Boom.
That's so fucking cool.
Rinse it off though. You got to rinse it off, and then there you go.
Now, and this is dishwasher safe.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, it's not gonna come off. It's not gonna.
I'm gonna have. I feel like it's thick enough. I could put some coffee in that mug.
Yeah.
I'm definitely doing that for sure because that's fucking dope.
Solid.
Just be careful. It's a Dollar Tree mug.
Whatever. It's so cool. I might not.
And it's 30. I was like, for a Dollar Tree mug.
Yeah, that's thick. That's.
It's like I know he don't drink, but you
it's
put
heavy.
Put whatever you want in there.
No, it's heavy like a regular beer stein. I mean, it's got a thick bottom. I mean, you did good. That's a good piece. So I'm definitely gonna. I might not. Once I get this place, or if we get moved into an actual, because the goal used to be to fix this place up, and now the goal is kind of like eventually to move out to a place because, sometimes you be having people hit you up that you might want to have on, but you don't necessarily want to have them at your house.
No, who you telling? You speak the truth. Amen.
I mean, I haven't run up on any of them yet, but I mean, I know it's going to happen at some point. And, I got my family living in here and
so
shit.
You avoid the problem now.
I try. I try to. But thank you so much for all of that.
You're welcome.
And when we figure out her business name, I want y'all to go find her. But they can find you on Instagram, right? Or TikTok?
But TikTok has Miss Angie B.
Miss Angie B.
Miss Angie B.
You're not on Instagram?
No.
At all, or just don't deal with it?
I came off of Instagram after a while because it wasn't moving like that. And I was like, I have too many apps already. And let me stick to the ones that are actually pushing something. It's time consuming. That's too many apps to want to post all those videos on.
Yeah. I mean, there are apps. There are other apps that will help you aggregate like all your posts. So you can basically what it does is, it's like you get an app and you use it to log into like your Facebook, your Instagram, your TikTok, your whatever. So if you make a video, you can click and choose which ones, and you just upload it into that app, and then you can click and choose which ones you want it to go to, and then it'll send it out to all of them at the same time.
I should have known something like that exists, but
It does. I don't use it. But I mean, honestly, the only places that I really post anything are on Instagram and TikTok. Really, I mean, and YouTube. Those are the three. I don't
TikTok
barely.
and Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, when I post something on Instagram, it usually posts it automatically to my Facebook. So I'm just like, I don't.
Well, I gotta go check that because Facebook done demonetized me. I don't know what video it was, but they took my monetization away. So
Yeah, I did. I don't even monetize, and they told me that one of my monetized videos is paying royalties to a band that I used their song, and I'm like, well, first of all, I don't know how you're paying them because I never monetized. I'm not, yes, it's a business page, but I've never monetized. I never clicked the button to do it.
right.
And I don't have sponsors or anything. So what the fuck are you talking about? I get these notifications like once a month.
Facebook got some money for me. That's all I'm at. That's all I want.
Do you have a larger following on Facebook?
TikTok.
Yeah.
I got like 21,000 followers on Facebook, but I don't post.
How
anymore.
much on Facebook?
21,000.
Jesus. I think I might have 1,000.
There's
It's all
videos
no, I
that
don't
went
even
viral.
have 1,000.
There were certain videos that went viral on Facebook
Yeah.
that didn't went on TikTok. So I'm like, oh, okay. Because I wasn't getting million views on Facebook like that. But I got like 5-6 videos that have like over 5 million views.
Really?
And that's what they don't want to pay me. I want my money.
Oh, because you used a specific music or something?
I don't know what it is, but I got like $1,500 waiting in Facebook account, but they won't pay me.
Oh, those motherfuckers.
And then tell me I'm not monetized no more. So every time I post, I don't get nothing. But just give me what I have and let me go about my business.
Yeah.
There's some stuff I want to buy.
Some shit I need. Christmas is coming, man.
Not even that. Some crafting stuff so I could get myself going.
That's a good way to do it. I mean, if you make any extra money off the social media or whatever, put it right back in. I mean, I'm stupid that way, and I don't always do that. Like every time I would do a wedding or if I did a job for somebody, I would just take that money and put it towards bills and shit instead of like, maybe I need a new lens, or whatever. I put it back into the business. I'm
like I said earlier, life is lifing.
Yeah.
It's hard for everybody.
It is.
I don't care what anybody says. Unless you're rich, it's hard.
Mm-hmm. I'm just out here Forrest Gumping my way through it.
Shoot, I was running.
From that day on, I was running and running. Yeah. Now you've got family here.
Oh yeah. I got family here.
I used to work with one of your. What is she? Your cousin?
Who was it again?
Oh God, you got me.
Tashi? No, Tasha. No.
Gate Station. You're gonna make me look like an asshole. It's been years, though.
It's been a while.
It's been about 5 years since I've been working around her, or I would see her.
Who the heck was it?
I've completely gapped.
Horrible.
Yeah, I've gapped, and what's worse is that you don't even know your own family. But anyways.
I really don't be around people much, to be honest. I've become so much of an introvert.
You don't like talk to your family or anything? They don't when they see they don't see your videos going viral and say shit?
It be your family and your friends that don't really support you.
That's
That's what they say?
That is true.
It really don't be so.
That's crazy because I always had this thought that if you had if I had a viral video that went popped or whatever, that it would be like my family would be like, oh my God, I can't believe it.
Right.
But they won't.
No.
They won't.
Haters. Throwing shade.
I don't know if it's so much hate, but my family, they've been putting up with my dumb ass for so many years, doing all kinds of crazy shit. I was in a band and this and that. And, I was calm and I was chill for about 20 years when I was married. And now I'm back to being stupid again, doing all kinds of crazy shit. So like, I feel like they're like, it's just Jim. He's just being dumb.
Maybe that's what they think about me. That's just Angelisa.
She's just doing her thing.
Look at her squeezing her booty again.
I don't give a shit. No, nobody says that's funny.
I'm like, oh my goodness. It'd be funny to me when I'm doing it because, like, girl, you is sitting there one butt cheek, ting, 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 and it goes to every beat.
Yeah.
Y'all want to see? No.
How many takes does that take? Can you do it in one shot?
I would actually listen to the music and the beat and do it before I go on the video.
Okay.
Like I would actually be home walking around and just stand up and be like, pum, 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 pum,
So
pum,
does
pum.
the video? I very rarely make TikToks through the app. But does it play the music while you're recording?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just set it, the timer, and I just go. I just got to make sure it's on the beat.
Did you get one of those little fun things that they're selling on the TikTok shops now? It's like a stabilizer for your camera. It's all I see on TikTok anymore is just ads.
Yeah, that's how it became.
It's literally Facebook.
I told you I ain't been feeling social media lately. I haven't even posted in like a couple of days. Well, several.
No, it's all bad. It's not just one or the other. They're all bad.
Yes, it is. Facebook is just horrible too, especially with the comments and it's like the hood over there.
What kind of comments are you getting?
Huh? Not me, but like when I go read other people's videos,
okay.
it's like
that's the favorite thing to do. It's just 5 people down.
Yeah. Make people feel small about themselves for doing something. I know there's this one girl that was on the video, and she's like a very plus size girl. Mm-hmm. And she got like really knock knees, kind of like mine, but hers was really bad. And people follow her just to like make fun of her instead of really like supporting the girl, because she's out here. It's not her. Some people can't control how they're made. You know?
How your body.
Yeah, we didn't. We were born this way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They make fun of her, and it's like, support that girl, because she's actually out here living life. She's dancing. She's happy, and you're sitting here behind a computer screen teasing her because of how she's shaped. Like
100%.
Really?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. Like, have you gotten any negative shit, and how do you deal with it?
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm
Hit the
over
road.
the head. I don't really care.
Yeah.
I've reached the point in my life, I don't care. If it doesn't benefit my pay or anything of my nature, like my help with my kids or anything, pay any bills or anything, I don't care. Everybody's entitled to opinion. You could take it and shove it up your ass with it.
Yeah. Now, I saw you did one at your job.
Which one?
Where you like you were like asking people like, how is it to work with me?
Those little shitbirds.
And it's like they seemed like they all like you, or did you just pick the right video, the right clips?
Everybody loves me. Come on.
I know. How can they not?
I'm so bubbly.
They didn't get mad you were doing a TikTok at work?
That was a long time ago though.
Okay,
that was an old.
It
video.
just popped on my feed a couple weeks ago.
I do certain videos, but I don't do it where I'm like not paying attention to my job or anything. I do it like on my breaks or something like that. But that has come such a normal thing that I think it's crazy. You see people at Walmart cashing and on TikTok live, like, girl, you just caught my money right when you could giving it back to me or something, because why is everybody doing that?
Yeah,
you're at work.
So you see people and like the cashiers.
Yeah, I saw this one girl at Walmart cashing and hey guys, what you doing? And
what?
I'm like, how was you doing this? Where's your supervisor?
They don't care. They probably get in it with them.
I think certain people, when you have a certain job, you shouldn't just be on there doing live videos like that.
I don't think that the companies like.
And then people get mad when they get fired. They fired me because of this. You should be working. You're stealing time.
Yeah, like when I go on lunch break, I could do them, and I've done other things before, and I have made a couple of videos for Reels or whatever on my lunch break, but it's like I'm like, dude, I don't want to do this shit, and I try not to. There's no markers. I don't want people to know where I work.
Right.
Like there's no. I don't get any logos. There's nothing going on, so people don't know where I'm at.
Right.
I'm out. I'm in a vehicle or whatever, and that's it. Because people are creepy. I imagine for women it's like twice as bad, or 10 times as bad.
Way worse.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you don't need some stalker action happening.
And that's unfair for me because I've had a stalker before. I've had stalkers. Like, that's an uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody sitting in the dark lurking, watching me, and I don't know you're watching me.
What happened with your stalker?
It was this guy I used to date, and one time I was on post with another officer, and, we were handsy, touchy, just playing, I'm flirting, he flirting, and he's like, I'm going to say it in my accent, "Gyal, that's your man down there." I was like, what? What are you talking about? He said, isn't that your man van down there? When I look, he's down there. Lights off, everything, just sitting. So I called him, what are you doing? I sitting here watching you. Why? Why is he doing this? Just be sitting there watching what I'm doing.
Jeez.
Or like would sit outside my house, like up the road from where I live,
mm-hmm.
and just be sitting there.
So was this somebody that you were dating, or
not really dating, just having fun with?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Just went crazy. I had one that was married, and I was like, "Yo, you're married. What's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
You know, like stalking kind of thing. Showing up at my job, and it's like, that's not cool.
Can't be having that, fellas.
No, that's not cool. And I take that serious. Don't come stalking me, because I say.
Well, you wonder. You got to wonder at some point. You're like, if you'll take it this far, like how far will you go? And it's a scary thought, because there's some people out there that have disconnected from reality, and they will take it very far.
The situation with the guy that did that thing to me, I could tell you, when everything was said and done, like when I looked at him, it was like I saw nothing in that guy's eyes. It was like he was in a trance, and he was just stabbing, kicking, just going crazy. So it's like, I don't trust people too well. You know, I have an issue with that.
Yeah.
When you show me signs of violence and stalking and over obsessed with me, I'm good.
Yeah, and rightly so. I mean, I would understand. I mean, I would hope that anyone would understand that the situation that you were in. I mean, it's going to cause a lot of trust issues with humans, mostly men, I imagine.
Mm-hmm. Women too. Yeah. Women too are crazy.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised. But just gotta be mindful. Pay attention to people.
Yeah.
I'm good at reading people too lately. I could just sit there and be in your presence and be like, yeah, I'm going, because you giving off this vibe that you... And there was this one guy I used to talk to, and I always tell him, you're lying about something. Something about you. Every time you come around me, I get this actually electric, like, you're lying. And come to find out, he was lying about something that I cannot explain, but he was lying. And I believe in all that energy stuff. Like, I could read people to a T, and I keep away. I don't overindulge in anything. It's okay. Probably that's why I'm so intro. Like, I don't.
It's easier. It makes your life easier to stay inside your house.
I'm fun at home.
Yeah.
I'm home. I'm safe. I go out and smoke. I ain't got to pass it to nobody. I pass it to myself. And just go in my room and go lay down. I don't have to hear your sob story, and you don't have to hear mine. I just want to smoke, enjoy life, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's more than that out there. There are some good people out there.
I ain't seen none yet.
Oh, I'm right in front of you.
Besides you, come on.
I almost took offense. No.
It's okay. People, speaking of cool people, Chico hopped in the chat, said big shout out to Angie, much love.
I know who that is.
Well, they put their YouTube handles.
You're busted.
Yeah, I don't know who a lot of the people that pop in. It'll be like Shadow Wolf 79 or some shit. I'm like, I don't know. They're like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, hey, you know.
I don't know who you is, but hey, yeah.
Yeah, put your fucking name on there. Oh, is that somebody you work with? Somebody talking to you?
We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know.
Be the fifth.
And that'll be on the next podcast. We'll talk about that. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks for popping in. If his name is Chico, I don't know. We won't put him on blast, but your screen name is Chico, so hey, thank you. I try not to really spend too much time entertaining that as far as like the people that, unless they like ask questions or, you know.
Sometimes you got to entertain the masses.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Don't have me on here because I'll be the silly one.
You better get in line. We'll both be up in this thing acting out.
Booty popping.
Well, I'll have to see if I can learn how to get the music in my butt cheeks.
Yes,
I don't have any of that though. It's nothing.
You just
there.
use the pecs.
I ain't got none of that either. Yeah, they're
just peck it.
No, it's a lot of there's There's not a lot of it's funny how like right when you met me, I think I had just moved into this house when not when you met me, but like when we did that shoot. Mm-hmm. I think I had just got this house, and I was no longer working out, so I was already on my decline. So I stopped working out. I stopped, eating like I used to eat. I was taking real good care of myself when I was in the apartment. It was just so much easier because I had a free gym. I didn't have to cut grass or do no bullshit. I could just like take my dogs for a 3-mile walk or whatever. And, that was a good exercise. Get up in the morning and work out. I was doing a lot of good things. And now I don't do any of that. And I have a lovely girl that likes to cook. And my dumb ass likes to eat. So I'm,
Trust me, I get it, because I put back on some of my weight that I lost because I don't unload trailers no more. I went for lazy, cushiony jobs. Yeah. So now it's like, oh God.
You miss the physical?
Kind of, sort of. Mm-hmm. Kind of, sort of. I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah. But now it's like I'm trying to take it off, but it's like, girl, it ain't gonna disappear in one day. You gotta work for it.
Yeah, it's a process.
But you gotta be disciplined, and that's what I lack. I can be honest. Like I could work out, I would start and just stop.
Yeah, it only takes one thing for me. Like I say that, like if I get sick, I'll be in a great routine and doing great, and I'll start seeing progress, and then I'll get sick, and I'm like, fuck. And as soon as I get better, I never go back. It's ridiculous.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
We want things, but we don't want to work hard for it.
Yeah. Well, what is that pill?
Wegovy? Or
No. There's a pill.
What are you talking about? It'll come to me in a second.
Ozempic,
yeah.
Just get some Ozempic. You'll be all right.
I'll be all right.
It's a pill.
If you can't handle all this cushion, then you ain't getting no pushing. That's it.
I love it.
I like that too. I like that. That is true. It's always better to have. I feel like it's more substantial. That's a nice way of putting it. When you got something to hang on to, it just feels better.
I know you do, because you see what you got out there.
You see that?
That's a whole lot of ass out there.
Shout out. Yes, it is.
When she bent down, I was like, Lord have mercy.
Oh, yeah.
We must stay focused.
That woman don't squat. She bends at the hip, and that's it. I'm like, do you realize you can't be doing that around people?
Girl, go ahead, Jim. I'm just looking. I won't touch.
It's so funny. Every time somebody comes over for a podcast, like, I don't say nothing because, I don't think about it. She'll be out there. I know she's going to be on the couch.
Yeah.
There was one time somebody was coming. I was like, maybe put some pants on. And she's like, nah, fuck that. I'm like, all right, be comfortable.
Right.
And do you. Because I'm bringing these people in. It ain't got nothing to do with her.
They should be respectful and not look, but I'll look for us.
No,
I'll look for us, man.
I point it out. I'll tell them before they walk in, hey, my girl's ass is hanging out. Go ahead and take a look. She likes it, too. She likes the attention.
Did you hear about that story about the plus size girl in the Uber? How you felt about that?
How do I talk about it without getting canceled?
Oh yeah, never mind. Because first of all, right, if I was her, I would have refused the ride. Because how you gonna come pick me up with your car sounding like that? Did you hear how it sound?
No, I didn't watch the video.
I would have been scared to get in that car.
Yeah. Well, he obviously knew the limits of his vehicle,
and she should have respected that.
It was already hurting just with him in it.
Facts.
Facts. I don't, like I said, I know that there's situations and things like that out there. Like, the big one is the planes. When you're too big to fit on a plane or, whatever. My girl has all that booty. She likes going to theme parks. And I think one time when she went, she had to kind of tuck that motherfucker in there. Them little seats on the rides.
Could you imagine, ma'am, you can't ride this ride.
She's
Why?
Like, I got it.
Your hips too wide.
Hang on, let me tuck all this ass down here. Just get it one cheek at a time. But so she came home and she worked on herself a little bit and she lost enough where she was like in and out. The seats fit fine, and she still has a nice curve.
She does. Yeah, she does.
We like the curvature. But yeah, so I don't know. I think that there's a health issue that I would be more worried about. But you know, I can understand where the girl's coming from because it's embarrassing.
But she recorded, and that's what the funniest thing to me. No one would have never know what happened if she didn't record.
But that's because people feel like that's what they're supposed to do because that's the world we live in.
Attention seekers. I need someone to seek validation from. I need somebody to be on my side. I need somebody to prove that what I'm doing is right for me.
Right.
No, that's
it's
not
the
how
same
it goes.
reason people film every time a cop pulls them over. They film, and that's one of my that's one of the things I hate the most is seeing that on TikTok or Reels or wherever. If I'm looking through my feed and I see a video of somebody filming a cop, I'm like, okay, you know what? There's some bad cops out there.
Right.
They're not all bad. I feel I'd like to go as far as to say that most of the cops, like the majority of police officers, are good. Mm-hmm. There's like and it's always those ones. Those are the only ones that people. But that's what people focus on is the negative. And once you get it on camera, you know, and something I believe is that the human brain was not meant to receive this much information all at once. If you think about it, you could literally, between all the apps, if you could break it up and schedule it, and you could use your entire day and just look at nothing but apps, you know, and you forget to fucking eat.
Imagine how many hours people would be scrolling through TikTok or whatever, just doing that.
Yeah.
I find myself sometimes, oh, Lord, I better go cook some food before my kids starve.
Yeah.
Than scrolling through TikTok.
Yeah. Was it you or somebody told me that there's a page that they follow, and it's actually a page to where, and it's gotten real popular, so it's been popping up on people's feeds. I can't remember what it's called, but they post things like stop.
Might have been Yasuke.
I think it might have been Yasuke.
Yeah.
Or Ulysses.
It was It was Yasuke.
The last guest that was in here, the MMA fighter, but he follows. It's a page that basically gets you to break up because when you're just scrolling, and you stop and you go, oh shit, I've been on this motherfucker way too long. And I know that there's either, and this is something I never knew, and I know you've seen her. It's a black girl that goes, hey, you've been scrolling for a long time. Take a break. She's very soft-spoken, and it's since I've been on TikTok, it comes up after like an hour. That video comes up, and I don't know if that's from TikTok or if that's another content creator that just made that video.
I don't know, but if she kept popping up, I don't want to put my phone down because, girl, I don't need you telling me this crap. Show me something funny. Oh, no, Lord.
That coffee went down the wrong pipe. That's when he told me that, I was like, yeah, but when I see those things, I usually, but there should be a limit to like, how much time, and you should be able to set that and stick to it. Like, I'm going to set my TikTok limit for 30 minutes. And then at 30 minutes, the fucking app just dies.
Yeah, for the day or something.
That would be, if I could create a social media app, I would create it like that.
Then you better be a person that can handle that, because if it shuts down and you can't get back in, you're going to lose your mind.
Well, I get it.
I can't scroll no more, damn it.
Well, it would be, you would have to set it for like obviously more than 30 minutes. But you would give the user the option to opt out where it doesn't do that. Or you can just to give them the option. And it literally you've had an app crash before where it just shuts off and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You just swipe it out and then open it back up and it's fine. But like to do that and it just shuts off and you're like, because it'll snap you out of that. Because you get into this this rhythm and this zombie mode. I know I do.
Yeah, you do.
I try, I've gotten much, much better with Facebook and Instagram. Way better. I love and I have more followers on Instagram. I've got more people and what's funny is I've got I'm close. I don't know. It's like $1,500. I've got like 1,500 followers somewhere in there. I don't fucking remember how many, but I know most of those people.
Yeah.
Like I have interacted with most of those people, either online or in person. So I'm fine if my number never grows because I know those people and I like to go in and click on all their shit and like it and share it and do all the things, but I don't do that right now. I spend much more time on fucking TikTok. So when it shut down, were you already taking your break from social media, or was that like a catalyst for you to be like, look, I'm on this motherfucker way too much?
When it shut down?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my Shayla. I was mad it went down. So
Who
if
the
it
hell
ever
is
goes,
Shayla?
I don't know. It's just something on TikTok. Oh my Shayla.
I thought you called Shayla. I thought you called TikTok Shayla. Oh.
It's a TikTok sound that everyone uses.
Oh,
But
I've never heard it.
I don't know. I told myself when TikTok was going down, that would have been it. Because honestly, when I was on TikTok, I had the sounds, the frames, the music. Everything I needed was there accessible. I don't know how to edit stuff. I don't know how to do the other things. So for me, TikTok was the easiest thing for me.
Yeah. Because you can edit as you're filming.
Everything is right there basic. Like if I need to set the timer of how I need to do a scene, I could set the timer, do the scene, and go back. I want to know how certain people, okay, I can put myself here. See, I don't know how to use it, though.
So easy.
I'm going to have to sit down and play with it for a bit.
Yeah. That's what I mean. What's funny is, but I've been editing video for a while. And I used to use a professional app that I paid a lot of money for, Premiere Pro, by Adobe. But the thing with Premiere Pro is you don't get any tools like transitions, all that shit. You don't get none of that. You have to pay for it, and all the graphics and all that shit you have to pay for. And if your computer isn't strong enough, most of those graphics you don't know if it's going to work, and so it'll bog down your computer. It's a pain in the dick. I found CapCut, and I was just using the templates for a long time. They have these like user templates, like people make. They'll make their own video and then they save it and upload it, and you can use that template that they made their video with.
Now I see when TikTok went down, CapCut went down
because they're connected, supposedly.
So when TikTok gets sold, is CapCut gonna get sold with it, or I think it's gonna still be with?
Maybe, I don't know, but I know that there's other. What I was getting at is like I canceled because I use CapCut so much to edit just regular videos, even regular videos, and they look great. It does the same job. It's cheaper. I pay for the pro version. It's like half the cost or less. So I'm like, and it has all the things that I need, all the tools, all the transitions, all the graphics, I can do everything I need. Captions, I can change the fonts, everything you need. So I canceled my other, like Premiere Pro. I don't use it. I canceled it. But I was paying like $60 a month for that, and CapCut's like $10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm using the fuck out of it. I don't care. Even if it was a professional video that I needed to make for a company, I'm going to use CapCut because when you pay for it, it takes the watermark off. You don't have to worry about that. At any rate. But that's how I do it. It's simple. It's super easy to use. If you ever need help, all you got to do is call me.
I will.
We'll FaceTime and then I'll show you.
Because I was like, when TikTok go, what am I going to do? I kind of like doing the movie reviews, but I would have to learn how to use a different app in order to do it like how I do it on TikTok now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I need to learn.
You could do it. You could do it on TikTok because they have the green screen thing. Yeah. I know that's how you're doing it now. But yeah, if you have questions or if you have a way that you want to do it and you have an idea and you need help, you can ask me for sure. I don't have a problem helping you with that. I like doing that stuff. I like teaching. It just sucks that I don't know more because really my whole thing is you learn the basics. And then you just do whatever after that, just make your own way. So when I'm teaching people anything, if it's, somebody asks me a question about photography or whatever, it's learn the fucking basics, man.
That's what I did to learn those things right there, because I never knew I have the ability to make stuff the way I'm doing it right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I imagine I'm still like it's amazing to me that you're doing all of these things, because this is not like some people will take and they'll just do like one thing and just focus on that. And I know you're trying out different products and different things so that you can figure out what you love, what's fun for you. Because if it ain't fun, what the fuck are you doing it for?
Right. And that's like my videos on TikTok. I can't stick to one thing. I have to be all over the place.
Yeah, but your personality shines through.
Yeah.
Okay. We definitely all know you smoke.
Ew.
and you're silly. And I love that, because there's too much. Those are the things that I follow. That's my feed. It's like I was telling you, it's either fucking puppies, dogs, or like cats doing stupid shit,
right,
or just silliness. Because anything else, I'm not interested in it. If it's negative, I'm not interested in it. There's a lot of politics right now floating around on TikTok and X and everywhere, but I try to scroll on past. If it's not a positive something, I just try to pass it.
And I hate when people are like, why you ain't into politics? You need to. Your vote matters. Honestly, it don't. If we're not united as one, my little vote ain't gonna change nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get into politics. When people come and ask me something, I don't know.
Yeah.
All I know about my life for now and what I could do, and I'm a very skeptical person.
Mm-hmm.
Show me. Proof is in the pudding. Show it to me.
Yeah.
Don't come and tell me nothing. Show it to me.
Yeah, that's a big problem. It's a lot of talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed that. I mean, it's not hard to notice. It's blatantly obvious. And I definitely see. This is the thing. Politics and religion are two topics that I always try to steer clear of in any conversation, whether it be just a casual conversation on the sidewalk somewhere or it's in here. And it's not because. Mostly, it's because I'm not educated about it.
Right.
And I only know what I see in social media, and I don't want to use that to argue a point. If I see something on fucking TikTok, I don't want to use that to argue a point unless I go and research it myself. I just don't have enough give a fuck to do it.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't. I mean, I know that, yes, we should pay attention because it does affect, ultimately, a lot of the things that they do at the top, it does affect us. Mm-hmm. I just hope and pray or whatever. I don't really pray, but I hope that, that they're going to do right by us, no matter who's in there. I mean, really, that's pretty much all you can do. You got to vote, and that's all you can do. Now, I will say there's been a lot of talk about like what's happening with our friend Elon. We were talking about Elon. Mm-hmm. All those guys that in the DODGE, and then in the Doge, they've been what's so funny that just worked out. The Department of Government Efficiency. Did you really have a fucking hoodie? This bitch has a hoodie that says Doge.
Oh,
that's funny.
Wow.
You can get it on AlexJonesStore.com.
Is that where you bought it?
Yeah.
That's so funny. Well,
I saw that. I was like, yeah.
You supported Alex Jones, your favorite guy.
Yep.
But it's very. I'm. Until I see it written in stone, but there's a lot of things out there that we are, as a government, our government is using our tax dollars to pay for, or was, and I don't know when these things were set up. Who set them up? They could have been set up 45 years ago. I don't fucking know. But we as a government, as a country, are spending trillions of fucking dollars on dumb shit.
If all 340 Americans were to pay an amount of money,
340 Americans,
or 340 million.
Somebody might have hit the blunt before.
Ew. All 340 million Americans paid off the debt. They would each have to pay $106,000 per person to pay off the debt. Right,
but when you find out these things that they're shutting down, and you hear it, have you seen? I sent you one on TikTok.
Yeah, I know. I think they just slashed 1,100 jobs in the EPA. They're slashing 60,000 jobs.
No,
in
we're
IRS.
talking about dumb shit.
Oh, you mean?
So there's a guy on TikTok, and it's Rand Paul.
Oh, I love him.
He's doing these things where every time they find these ridiculous spends, he's putting out a report that has all these things that they're shutting down and how much we were spending. One of them, oh my God, I'm drawing a fucking blank now. Of course, but there's a content creator and he's basically just taking Rand Paul's report and he's just making videos with it. But of course now I can't remember any of this shit. But it's like stupid shit like the Department of Duckwaddle, or some stupid shit like that. There was one that was like some hundreds of $1 million to teach children, or was it children or girls? I can't remember, but one or the other, people in Ukraine, how to use social media properly. Hundreds of millions of dollars. That was just one.
There was like $50 million to go to gender studies in Pakistan.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
There was they shut the one down about
Chico said condoms for Gaza.
Condoms for Gaza.
Yeah.
For the people in Hamas. Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, and I'm not on one side or the other. It's just like, what the fuck are we doing?
Right.
Like, there's literally people that are here, that are in America.
Well, we sent $6 billion extra on accident to Ukraine, like a month before.
Yeah, on accident.
Yeah, or the month after the Hawaii fires, and you only needed $5 billion to rebuild all of that in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Like, how do you get in debt? You controlling the money, bro.
Yeah.
Because they don't know. The right hand don't know what the left hand's doing.
Yeah, and the interest on our debt per year, we pay more in interest on our debt per year than we do on the defense budget for our military.
My friend be laughing at me when I say the overlords just be playing us.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of it had to do with, listen, the guy that was in there before, I don't know if he was good, if he was bad. I don't know if he was 100% there. Okay. That's all I'm saying. Papa was
Seemed very corrupt though. To pardon your own family the day of inauguration.
I'm not 100% sure if he knows all of that shit that's going on.
No, I don't think so either.
It's questionable.
It is. It's very questionable. But I think a lot of it was being run by all these people. There's so many people in so many departments. It is a total machine.
Huge machine.
So that's all I know. I know that there's, and I'm not, I try to stay neutral. I try, especially on here when I'm talking about things. I try. So if you hear me like stopping, it's because I'm thinking. Let me think about this. What I'm about to say. But I think that there's too many people in government, and what I mean by that, there's just too many departments that don't need to be there. Things that they've
gone unaudited for a very long time.
Yeah,
the spending, just personnel use, balancing budgets. I mean, because the way that the whole budgeting system for the U.S. government is set up is, when October rolls around, the new fiscal year kicks in, October 1. So you have all of September where they're trying to spend as much money as they can to try and tap out basically their accounts dry so they get the same budgeting for next year. Right. If they don't, if they have leftover money sitting in there,
they cut it.
They cut it to that budget for the next year. So it's like
that's why you see
bad incentivizing. You know what I mean?
It's the same thing as like locally. That's why you see road work. That never goes away.
Right.
Look up that report from Rand Paul. Like, see if you can Google that. I can't remember.
It's on X?
I don't know. Just don't log into my X.
That's
a lot of porn on there. It's definitely on Twitter. What is this?
Damn, y'all, who keeps popping up, man? I don't know what the fuck. Government waste.
Festivus report 2024. There it is. This is his report that he's been putting out daily. See if you can scroll down and see if there's any. Oh, here we go. Here's some of them right here. Okay, go up to the top there. Oh, no, you went too far. Right, so ghost towns on the government's dime. The federal government was spending $10 billion on maintaining and leasing, furnishing buildings that were almost entirely empty buildings. So basically, the places like after the pandemic that they never went back to. Florida man stole $8 million in COVID-19 relief funds to buy an island. Your tax dollars that pay. See, Department of Interior. Where's the snack attack?
The Department of Health and Human Services awarded a $2 million grant to study kids looking at Facebook ads about food. What? This is a position that Bobby Kennedy right now is about to get.
Read that one.
For.
Oh rats!
Oh rats! Health and Human Services spends nearly $500,000 on depression study of lonely, starved rats. The Department of Health and Human Services spent $419,470 to determine if lonely rats seek cocaine more than happy rats.
Newsflash: the lonely rats did a fuckload of cocaine.
Yeah. So your government spent taxpayer dollars on cocaine.
There's some even crazier ones.
There's.
Look at that one. Read that. Girls just want to have funds.
Girls just want to have funds. The Department of State spent $3 million for girl-centered climate action in Brazil. Wow.
Why?
Hashtag handouts in Ethiopia.
There you go.
500,000 to expand the U.S. Embassy in Ethiopia's social media campaign. Wow. So you're going and you're spending money on foreign countries to win hearts and minds.
Right. Look at the 2.1 million.
Departments, because who needs security?
They
2.1 million for Paraguay and border security.
Yeah,
That's
Paraguay, their border security. You can keep scrolling down, and there's a whole shitload of them spinning kittens.
Oh, this one right here. The National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases and U.S. Department of Agriculture spent $2.2 million on COVID experiments.
The spinning kittens. Look at that.
What the?
National. They spent $1,513,299 on a study to spin kittens.
Orwellian cat experiments.
Duck waste in Mexico. Birds over goes to Baghdad. I mean.
Whoa. Abandoned ship. The Navy sinks billions. This is the project I used to work for in Lockheed Martin. And those ships were pieces of shit.
Yeah.
They would the price tag on them was triple what they thought to begin with.
Read that. National Endowment for the Arts.
Yeah, awarded a bearded ladies cabaret $10,000 to grant
support the cabaret shows on ice.
Yeah, this is
focused on climate change.
It's crazy.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what Doge is doing. Okay, they're going in and they're looking at all of these things. And YouTube, I'm just saying, this is not something I made up. This is not hearsay. This is real. It's right there. There's my
.gov.
Yeah, this is a .gov website. Of course, it'll probably still get shut down. But, yeah, it's insane, the amount of money. And you know what's really crazy? I don't know if you, what was it, what was that bill that they were like, no one has time to read this 1,700-page bill? But we'll read it.
This was the...
was that the CARES Act? No.
No, it's the... Inflation Reduction Act or something like that.
It was one of the ones that he was trying to get passed before he left office. And Elon was like, well, I got nothing but time. So he's like, he fucking read it.
Trimmed it down to like 300, 200 pages.
Yeah, but they put so much bullshit in these bills, and then we never see it.
Right.
You know, Alana was telling me yesterday that there used to be an app that would alert you when a new bill was up to be passed. You know, it's up for review, and you could go in, you could see the bill, you could read it, and you could see all the bullshit that's in it. Because
some of them you can petition on too. Right.
They would try to like add all these little things like that because they get their money back. They get the money back. So when they pay these people, those people do their experiments, whatever money they make, it goes right back to that person who created that. It just like, what are we doing, guys?
Well, that was like
there's people fucking literally starving out here, living in tents and shit.
Robert Kennedy during his senatorial whatever, you know, where he goes in front of all the senators.
The confirmation.
Confirmation hearing. Bernie Sanders was grilling him about vaccines and everything, and he goes, "You want to talk about fraud?" And because they're trying to paint the limelight that RFK is going to use this position to be able to open up new lawsuits on pharmaceutical companies and big food. And he
They're all
goes,
nervous.
He goes, Bernie, you're doing the same thing. You accepted $2.5 million or some crazy amount like that, or I think it was 1.5 from like pharmaceutical industries. And now
He almost shit his pants.
Yeah, and he's like, no. They lost it, but yeah, it just goes to show that they're in it because they don't want to lose that donor money. You know,
I don't trust none of them fuckers. As far as I can throw them, and I can't throw them very damn far.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm weak. I can't throw people very far.
Yeah,
but I mean, if you're a politician, you're damn near corrupt. You
have to be crazy.
I don't know any of them. I say that, and I keep going back to Tulsi Gabbard. Do you know who that is?
No.
She's from Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
She was. I know her fucking like. Yeah, I could tell you her little rundown. 20 years in the military.
Combat medic.
Three tours.
Combat surgeon.
She was a combat medic or whatever. 3 tours in Afghanistan. She did 8 years on the Senate or somewhere in the government. Mm-hmm. And so she's like well qualified to be where she's at. And this woman is smart. She's fucking smart.
She's up for Department of Homeland Security, I think.
Yeah.
Head of Department of Homeland.
I don't know who they are.
No, you should.
Yeah, these are important
people. When the first time that Kamala was running, when she was running against Joe Biden, mm-hmm. Tulsi was she was running as well. Yeah. And she shut her ass down hard. It was a bloodbath.
I don't even know if I want to look it up.
I thought you was gonna look it up because I don't see who she is.
You want to see?
Yeah, pull her up.
Sounds like a badass.
Oh, and she's. I'm just gonna put this out there, Tulsi. No. I don't mean anything by this. I know you're happily married. I'm just saying you're beautiful. Oh, you're like looking up the debate. Okay.
I just want to see who she were.
That's.
I want the longer version.
Yeah, we don't want to get we don't need the whole version. We just want a breakdown.
I'll give it a second.
Get past these ads. Fucking ads. This guy he's in the news. No thanks.
Biden, at the last debate, you called it a quote, false accusation that Joe Biden is a racist. What's your response?
I want to bring the conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that
I don't know how much of this we can actually play.
It's okay.
Before we get copyrighted.
I think they're getting theirs right now.
Jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. That would have
ain't nothing wrong with the marijuana.
No, but don't lie about it. That's my whole thing. Don't lie about it.
On their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California, and she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people.
So what she was doing? Pause that. What she was doing is she was saying what her track record was because she used to work she was a judge, right?
Yeah, attorney general.
Yeah, something. But she was like locking up
people for marijuana.
Yeah, for marijuana. She was like, and a lot of them were black. And she ran on the platform that she was African American, mm-hmm. and whatever.
Then she went on a Charlemagne the God,
and said she was Indian.
And said, well, but not only that, but she was like, yeah, I smoked weed in college, and yada yada.
Oh yeah,
yada.
yeah.
And then, but she's locking people up for it, and the hypocrisy.
It's that all of them. They're all hypocrites. Every damn one of them. I mean, and I don't know any of them that's shining. They all take, dirty shits.
It's all by design.
Yeah, we're just people.
Yeah.
We're just fucking people. To me, the people that want those positions are weird. Anybody that wants to be the president, you want to be the guy. You want to be the number one guy.
I want to have the power.
Right. You want the power.
The control.
I want to have my hand over the button. Like, it's like, what are you doing? What do you do with that button?
Grab it by the pussy.
I was just going to say, are you in there like just stroking yourself going, oh yeah. I could end the lives of everyone on the planet right now.
Remember that video of Trump on Oprah, I think in like the 90s? and she was basically saying, you should run for president. He
Yeah,
goes,
yeah.
No, I'm never gonna do that unless it gets bad enough to where I feel like I need to, and somebody needs to change that.
And as soon as he started running, they flipped the script.
Yeah.
They loved his ass before he ran. They loved him. But that View, do you watch that?
Which one?
The View,
No, I don't watch
the
it.
show. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know what
With
you
the
mean.
four
yeah.
ladies or
Mhm.
five
Whoopi
ladies.
Goldberg and
Yeah.
all those
Yeah,
ladies.
yeah. Yeah,
Never watched it,
they've
though.
been under some hot water because they don't think before they talk.
Yeah.
They just say things, and like I am right now. But they'll sit there and just slander people, and like it's weird to watch. You're like, why would you do this? Why would you talk about other things that don't have to do with the state of the world, or maybe just talk about a movie or talk about an actress.
People love negativity, so
Yeah.
that's what's feeding the world today. All the bad shit,
Mhm.
nothing good.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't ever want to say anything negative about anybody to the point where like somebody wants to sue me
Right.
for defamation or whatever. Like, come on, man. I'm not here to do that. I'm not here to defame anybody. I don't care. I'm sure that they have their own stuff going on. And this is a conversation I had with somebody yesterday. It's just like you just never know what's happening in someone's life, ever. Unless you're really close to them, you don't know what's going on. So why would you
Yeah.
talk shit about somebody unless they're doing something like blatant? It's obvious. I get that, but still, how much news do we need?
I don't watch news.
Nobody does.
It's too bad. Too much bad on there. I don't know what's true from what's not when you put it on there.
That
you know
part.
what I'm saying?
That part.
There's too many AIs and editing and so many things.
Trickery.
Like, y'all are so gullible when you see things on the TV. How you know they're just not,
Yeah.
we don't know what's really going on there.
Well, it's clickbait.
Yeah.
A lot of things that people say, they do it because they know it's going to get views.
Yeah.
I think that's why, because, and this is what I think social media has kind of bred, in our society, is that people, whether they're the nicest people in the world, they're the best people in the world, they're like all day fucking glitter shoots out of their asshole, they could be the best person in the world, but when they go on their social media app, if they handed you their fucking TikTok, you're going to scroll through and see a bunch of negative shit.
Yeah.
Because that's what captures and captivates people.
I'm glad I'm me wherever I go.
You do what?
I'm glad I'm me wherever
Oh,
I
yeah.
go. I'm bubbly and sunshine, but trust me, I can be a bitch. Don't fuck with me. Don't play with me. Watch how you talk to me.
Yeah.
Else I kick your ass. Oh,
Whoa. Oh, he wasn't censoring you.
No.
say what's happening here.
No.
No,
good.
that's why I. Yeah, there's the
There you go.
censor.
Yeah, that's it. Get ready to press it. You
That-
better beep. You motherfucker.
That's one of those things. All you got to do is just speak in your language, and no one will understand what the fuck
What
you're
she
saying.
said?
Yeah, but one of the things about TikTok that I don't like that has created this society of people who self-censor. It stems from TikTok. It stems from YouTube. It stems from Facebook and Instagram and all of them. The only place right now that you can literally say whatever the fuck you want and not get, as long as you're not like doxing someone or threatening someone's life,
Yeah.
is Twitter or X. You can say anything and it's fine. And that's what I want. Even the shitheads, let them have it. But what I don't like is that we've bred this thing, this way of life where I saw a video this morning. This lady was talking about people unaliving themselves with pew-pews. You can't say they killed themselves with a gun. Like, what the fuck? Grow the fuck up, people.
I did a video one time when I was like, why
Push
do
the mic,
people do
get the
this?
Bring yourself.
Oh, when they're on the videos talking and be like, just say white people or
Yeah.
my color people. No, just say white or black. It's white or black people. Why do you
Right.
keep censoring?
No,
certain
now they
things?
say people that look like me. That's the new verbiage. People that look like me.
I don't look like you. What the heck you talking about? I don't look like you.
If you're uncomfortable saying the thing about that topic, maybe you shouldn't be talking about that
Shouldn't have the
topic.
discussion
They're
at all.
words.
Yeah.
It's just words.
It's fucking words.
It's the definition of the words you're using.
As Joe Rogan says,
I love this.
they're mouth noises. They're just mouth noises that I make that you understand these mouth noises, and then some people interpret them in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Rogan, our Lord and Savior.
Saint Rogie.
That's a joke too. I enjoy his show because I think it's there's an eclectic group of people that he has on the show.
Yeah.
I don't go to the show for him. Mm-hmm. I go to the show for entertainment, and I go to it for when he has interesting people on the show. I like that. I like hearing from experts. I like hearing from when he has like Graham Hancock. I know you probably don't know who that is. He's a extremely smart guy. He's a journalist. He writes books. He writes reports on a lot of ancient and archaeologic things, and
previous.
He's gone
disasters.
down like a lot of rabbit holes and gone very deep about like civilization and past civilizations and things like that. And those types of things interest the fuck out of me. I bought his book. Fingerprints of the Gods, and it's like a 700-page book. It's crazy. It's huge. But I bought the book, and then I bought the audio book because I'm not going to read that fucking thing.
Well, send me that name so I can listen to it because I'm going to listen to the audio book.
Yeah, it's in his voice. Like, he reads it. So and he's got like this very
British accent.
Calm British, I could listen to that motherfucker all day.
I love those people that speak like that.
What's funny is those types of people with those accents could like sell anything, and like they could sell a turd and make it sound extravagant.
That guy who does Planet Earth on cable, I don't know if you know what that is.
Yeah.
His voice is just so soothing. It's so beautiful to hear him talk.
It's not Mike Rowe, Morgan Freeman, Mike Rowe.
No, is it Mike Rowe?
Mike Rowe he used to do Dirty Jobs.
No, I used to love that show, but this guy, it's called Planet Earth. It used to be on Discovery Channel.
Oh, yeah, you watched
and
that as a
this
kid.
English guy, I just love to hear him do the narrative.
Yeah.
The language is, watch as this bird sits on the tree.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I can't remember. His name is not.
Look at this polar bear and its family just sitting there.
He's been doing that for a long time. I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his damn name to save my life right off the top of my head.
David
Attenborough.
Yes.
I was just like, yeah, Attenborough. I actually did a TikTok with one of his audios.
Really? I need to go find one so I could do it. So I could just, feel like I'm English.
Yeah, you can just. I think you can just type in David Attenborough and it'll pop up. Like when my camera broke, and I did one. I had a film camera, and I completely forgot I had it. And then I was like, oh, I'll make a little stupid video, and I used his. It got a few views, but nothing crazy. But I don't care. Honestly, I don't.
You had fun doing the video, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was fun.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, I'm having fun now, and then the best part of this is I can just use this to make clips, and that's all I use my page for. Heart really anymore is just posting clips. But yeah, social media is the beast of burden. It's not going anywhere.
Right.
And there's some people that think that eventually we're going to get to, like, China has like a social credit score. So have you seen Black Mirror? Have you watched any of that?
Like the first season, maybe couple episodes. I need to go start that over.
It's a
and
good,
watch it.
Yeah, watch it. It's a good series. But Black Mirror, there was an episode where literally your whatever your social media, however, high up or how many views you got, based on how many views you got or how many followers you had, was how you stood in society. So if you had, these guys with 4 million followers and they would get like 20,000 likes and views and shares on their posts, they would be up in the upper echelon.
Okay.
And those people like me that might get like 20 likes or whatever, I'll be down in the slums. You know, so but that's really, I mean, it's similar to what China has now. They have literal cameras everywhere, and they're watching them constantly. And if you get out of line, if you do something wrong, if you post something on social media that you shouldn't post, your credit score goes down.
That's crazy.
And it can affect how, you know, how much things you can buy, or how, you know, your credit score.
Not only that, but if you like ride public transportation, they have like your picture posted as like public embarrassment.
Yeah.
Saying that you are not like following
They'll shame you publicly.
the government or yeah.
So I mean, like, I feel like it's going to happen eventually, the way we're going. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, that's how people do, though. Just be on social media like TikTok. I see people on live for
hours. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they be battling, which makes them money.
Yeah.
But I literally see people on TikTok for hours just conversating with other people.
You can bring it towards you. You don't have to pull up. Pull it to you. There you go.
I
I told you I'd get on you. You know, one of my biggest pet peeves on the lives is like these girls that get on. And God bless them. Do your thing, boo boo. I don't care. But it's just like I just keep moving. But it's like it's a little pinprick every time I see it. Is with these girls that they're like, I'm gonna rate your profile picture.
I hate those lives.
Bitch, get the fuck out of here. Nobody wants you to rate my picture.
Oh,
Nobody.
let me guess your sign, or let me guess if you're single, hit, smash, this
Yeah.
and that. Like, what else you gonna do for me?
Yeah, there was a dude that was like, if you make me laugh, you know, something you'll whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That's like, because you got to be creative.
Very.
You know, you don't just get on and some girl like she thinks that we give a fuck if she thinks that we're hot. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the NPC Miles Morales?
Oh yes.
What?
Yes.
That is ridiculous.
The what?
I'm sorry, but that is this kid that dresses up like Miles Morales, the Spider-Man, and he'll stand in front of the camera and he'll just say like words as if he was in a video game or something, or like, and she's just standing there like a character,
Just bouncing
like
around.
AI, like
Yeah.
they'll send gifts, and whatever gifts you send him, he'll react on it. And at one point, he did the universe one. Did you see that when they kept sending him universe, and he had to keep doing the teleportation thing? But they'll
I
send
don't know if
universe.
I've
He'll
ever
jump
seen
around the camera, disappear, and talk about "Whoa, welcome back" or some craziness he will say. But he went on that Kaisenet.
Yeah.
He went on him, and he got his little promo on there.
Yeah.
But people took that AI stuff very serious when it first came out. There he is, yeah.
Ooh, first gifter. Welcome to the team. Hey, thanks for the rose. I'll make sure I give those to Peter. Oh, we're taking a break, are we? I won't mind that. Hey, thanks for the rose. Don't think I should GG my boy. Hey, thanks for the rose. Hey, thanks for the rose. Man, I love gummies.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to have
That's enough.
You have to have dedication for that. You have to be really in tune for doing that.
Like what?
I don't think I could stand out in public and do that.
He doesn't care where he goes. He does it everywhere.
And I really, I'm not an asshole, but I'd be really hard pressed not to knock that shit out.
So if you saw me down there, thank you for the rose. Thank you. Are you gonna?
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, okay.
I'm joking. I would never.
You're gonna come.
I'm not aggro. I'm not gonna hit somebody. If I saw you doing it, I'm gonna come fuck with you
You
for
better
sure.
get in that video talking about thanks for the rose.
I'm gonna walk up and be like, follow my podcast.
You right?
Whatever I got to do, man. And like we were talking earlier, I just found out that you no longer have to wait till you get 1,000 followers to go live anymore. So you can just,
Lucky people.
I can just go live now.
I had to wait for my 1,000.
Is that why you think we're seeing so many more lives?
I think so. Because anyone could go live.
Anybody
now.
can go live.
Yeah. What is that he said about him? Okay.
NPC Miles Morales is worth $500,000.
I mean, that's more than me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Shoot.
That's more than I'm worth.
Yeah.
I'm not worth the ink that's printed on my shirt.
Yeah.
Life is funny because that guy who's the number one on TikTok, that African guy, he made
Kabe.
Yeah, By saying nothing.
Nothing. Not a word.
I bet if I go do that, I'm not going to get even 20 likes.
Well, what's crazy is I don't think I've still to this day heard him talk.
I don't.
Look
I was like, well, I could have did that if it's that
Is that
easy.
the guy that does like reactions?
It's like Kabe Lame or
Or you could put the number
Kabe
one
Lame?
TikTok, the guy who has the most followers.
Oh, right there. Oh, a picture came up. There he is.
Right
Third
there.
one
Okay.
down.
Okay.
I mean, granted,
Oh yeah, this guy.
when his videos started popping out, everybody was going ape shit over them. They were hilarious because it was like common sense, and it wasn't common.
But never says nothing.
Mm-mm.
And I'm up here squeezing booty cheeks for
The
attention.
rise of Kabe. I hope I'm saying your name right, Kabe. I'm sorry.
Copy.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
wanna
I mean,
watch one?
no,
Okay.
no, he's got enough fame.
Right.
Yeah.
Go watch me on TikTok.
Yeah, turn this kid off. God bless him. He's doing his thing, but yeah, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, NVC Miles Morales. It's crazy.
That was like the Pinky Doll. Pinky Doll. Pinky Doll was the first girl that came out with that NPC thing on TikTok.
Yeah.
Is that the
Yeah.
one with the girls? She's annoying.
She was when she first came out. Oh my God.
Like,
Pop, 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 whatever she used to say. Pop, pop.
she just says the same shit over and over again. And I'm like, what are you doing?
I don't know, but it's weird. The most weirdest stuff was the most entertaining thing. I've watched people on live de-shelve a egg. Like they sit there with the egg peeling the shell off, and
peeling
people
egg
are
shells.
watching, like 3,000 people watching this person just peeling an egg.
That's fucking weird.
I'm like, okay.
Well, it's just like my daughter had a not your wife.
Ah.
The other one. She was joking about starting an OnlyFans. She's like, I'm gonna start an OnlyFans, but I'm not gonna. She's like, I'm gonna sit in the shower fully clothed, and just turn the water on and just cry.
I thought about it OnlyFans too.
Yeah, but like she wanted to do something weird that wasn't like sexual, you know. And I'm like, you probably should do it because it'll probably catch.
There are weird people out here.
Yeah, somebody's gonna screenshot that shit, and then they're gonna put it on TikTok, and then you're gonna blow the fuck up.
Talking about look at her sitting in the tub with her clothes on.
I mean, it might not be anybody trying to be sexual. It could just be this is hilarious, you know. But I mean, both of my kids, I've been telling them for years. Like, you know, my oldest Gabby, she is fucking hilarious, and she makes these funny ass TikToks. And what she does is she puts them in her drafts, and then she would just send it to me.
Post it, Gabby.
She
Posted.
she fucked up and deleted her TikTok, and then or something happened. The app crashed or something. This was before the shutdown.
Oh.
And like something happened. And she thought when she had to re-download it.
Oh yeah, once you uninstall TikTok
Yeah.
before the crash, all your drafts go.
She'd be gone. And I told her, you fucked up. You should have just uploaded all of them. Because she would send me videos, and I'm like literally dying laughing. And I'm like, why would you not share this with the world?
Scared.
She just
wondering
didn't.
what
She
people
didn't
would
care.
think, or
she
like,
just don't care.
Oh well.
Gabby don't care. She's a lot like me in that way, where she's just like, why?
If she don't care, then post it, girl. Go ahead and post it. Go make some more. Use your dad phone.
Yeah, a lot of it probably is too. She just don't want people in her life, you know, like in her business. She just likes to use the software to make these funny videos. You know, she was posting some, like the ones with her and her sister and stuff.
I saw her. Is that the one that's the nurse?
Yeah,
Or was a nurse? Yeah, I saw a couple of her videos. She should have posted all her videos. I think she is hilarious.
yeah, she's funny as fuck. Like my kids are funny. I don't,
Yeah, I saw her
I don't know where they
videos.
get it from because I'm not.
You got it from me.
Yeah, it had to be. Look at him every day. You're gonna have
You
a
don't
sense.
seem that funny
You
over
gotta
there.
have a sense of humor.
Nah, you get a blunt in my hand. I'm funny as fuck.
Uh-huh.
Shit.
I agree on that. I concur.
Sorry
I
for clearing my
concur.
throat, but yeah, I would definitely want to. I would probably laugh very hard at the mushroom pat.
Oh man. Oh man.
Your car Your car is meowing.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was tripping on mushrooms one night, and it was like 2:00 in the morning, and I had to just go outside because they were watching.
And he had what
scary
they
movie.
call a heroic dose.
Yeah, I had like 4 grams, and I only weigh 130 pounds. Oh, I just moved that camera. We're good. But yeah, I took 4 grams. I went outside because they're watching this scary movie. I don't do scary movies even sober. And so I go outside and I go to scare them through the window. And as soon as I scare them, I hear a cat behind me go, meow, just very faintly. And I walk up to my wife's sister, Bianca. I walk up to her car. And I'm like knocking on it. There's a fucking cat meowing in a car. Here I am tripping on balls. Tripping my balls.
Like, where's the cat?
Where's the fucking cat?
I want to pet the cat.
I'm thinking this car's meowing.
I've always wanted to try that though.
Yeah, it's
mushrooms.
Awesome. Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, you should.
But lo and behold, there's a cat in the fender, and so I'm out there at 2:00
like
in the
stuck
morning,
in the
pulling
fender.
this cat out of the fender, with my tools and everything, tripping my balls.
The craziest part is my youngest, my daughter. She drove around town all day with that cat
Goodness.
stuck in the fender.
It was like death.
Well, you wasn't really tripping then because you heard the cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I would suggest I think everyone should have a psychedelic experience in their life.
So bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come here and y'all gonna give me one, right?
I'm down. Let's go. Yeah.
They scare me because people be like, you want to do it with someone around. I'm like, you done scared me into want to try.
You have to be in the right headspace.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I will tell you is it's not scary. There's nothing scary about it. I've been high and I've also had mushrooms, and one is more like full body and one is more heady. I feel like the mushrooms are like more full body, maybe I got that backwards, but
No,
it's
I agree.
yeah, it's more like you like
You feel lighter.
turn inwards, you you think about things. One thing I will tell you, to start, you start small. Mm-hmm. And then, the next time you do it, you can do a little more. She'll tell you, Alana will say, you take one, it's the same as taking 20. And that's not true. We go around and around about that. Mm-hmm. The more you take, the more extensive.
I watched a house float away one time.
Yeah, the more extensive.
I want to be on that. I want to be on that. Yeah. I want to see the house float.
I watched the house float away.
Yeah, the more you take, the more extensive your trip is. Your psychedelic experience will be. But Terrence McKenna said 8 grams is a heroic dose. That's like a lot. 8 grams. You're gonna see aliens and God and shit.
I took 4 and I could see everybody's consciousness. Swear to God, I could see streams of consciousness going through the air.
That's fucking hilarious.
And I could tap into it and feel their emotions. It was just the craziest thing ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to try that.
For me, I prefer to just go light. We could go crazy. It's cool. It's done that before too, but it's more for me. It's more fun and introspective. I don't use it recreationally. I use it when I do it. It's like I do it like maybe once or twice a year.
Yeah.
And it's like any shit that I have that I've buried in my brain that I've just kind of repressed. Oh no, those floodgates open. And it's like, hey, deal with this shit, asshole. And when you see people on mushrooms, a lot of times they're just like far off and dazed. And it's because they're inside their mind dealing with the bullshit that they've been holding down.
I was like plucking strings in my own head, like fine tuning my brain. So I swear to God, it like forces you to look at your problems and face them.
Well, it does different things to different people.
Yeah.
Like this one, she's like a little fairy. She wants to frolic through the grass, and she's running around with the dogs, and she likes to be active. And for me, I like to sit on the couch and just turn on some real zenful music, maybe light a candle, and just zone the fuck out. But everybody's different. But yeah, you should do it with somebody don't do it with anybody that's gonna be like fucking with you.
That's why I said I'm gonna come here and do it.
Yeah.
Y'all just watch me, make
For
sure
sure.
I'm good.
Mm-hmm. We'll do a little bonfire in the backyard. The first time I did it, we were camping, and where the fuck is that? I don't know. Anyway, some campground out near the beach.
Hannah Park.
Nope.
Okay.
No, near Jack's Beach. It might have been. No, was it Hannah? I don't fucking know. Anyways, it doesn't matter. We had a fire going, and we were just sitting there, and I'm just like, I didn't even think that this shit kicked in. I was like, that's not doing anything. And like I was staring at this fire just being lost into the flames. And this fucking, I swear at some point I was like, okay, either there is a family of armadillos fucking with us or I am literally seeing the threads come apart in the Matrix.
Oh my goodness.
Because we had our fire, and then about 8 feet from the fire, there was a chain link fence, and it ran a long way down the length of the campground. Well, I'm sitting there, and I hear leaves rustling. And I'm like, dude, what is that? Oh, maybe it's the wind. And I look down, and there's this thing walking across the chain link fence on the ground, just going right in front of us. And I'm like, hey, look, it's an armadillo. And it goes on and does its business. And it just, 5 minutes later, that same fucking armadillo comes walking the same path. And either it's going around and around like this. He's like, I am going to fuck with these assholes. They're on shrooms. Or it was like a family, but it was all the same one. It looked like the same one. And I'm like, are we literally stuck in the Matrix right now on a loop? So I freaked out a little bit. But outside of that, you get that out of your brain. You look up and the sky was clear as shit and you could see all the stars. And dude, I was gone. Yeah, but it's good, man. It's good. There's nothing bad about it. People say you could have a bad trip or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
There are,
yeah.
and you can. There's things that's going to set you off. Like dogs barking for me set me off. Mm-hmm. But I realized the next day why. I knew I had a traumatic experience as a child, and with a dog, like I got hemmed up by a fucking foaming at the mouth, big ass dog, scared the shit out of me. And I didn't really like dogs that much for my, till I was an adult. I never owned one, but, and but I dealt with that shit and I was like, oh, that's why.
Yeah.
But now, and it's fine now, now it doesn't bother me.
Have you ever seen Shutter Island?
Love
yes.
that movie.
Where he
Hated
goes
it.
there and then they trick him.
She loved it. I
think
hated it.
that he fucking is an insane prison person. That's how I felt. I felt like I was gonna get stuck. I thought I was gonna get stuck tripping, and I thought people were just not gonna understand what I was saying, for the rest of my life.
I just created
a
new language.
I said, I said to myself, how the fuck am I gonna come back from this? Like, how do I get sober? Like, it was crazy. Like 6 hours. Yeah.
Well, you let me know when you're ready, girl.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Because Alana will be happy. She'd be happy to do that for you. Yeah.
Just keep her booty away from me.
Nope. She does not hold back.
Keep the booty away.
That woman doesn't have any shame. She's a free spirit, and I will do nothing to tame her.
That sounds like me.
I love it.
Free spirit. Don't care.
Yeah, that's one of the things that drew me to her is that she is a free spirit, and that she does not really give a fuck what anybody thinks, and she has her own opinions, and she, most guys are like, you're way too opinionated for a woman. And those guys are assholes.
Yeah.
In IMO, in my opinion.
It's my opinion, okay, brother? You don't have to take it serious.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I hope, I think we're going to probably start wrapping it up now. It's getting dark time. But hopefully that's run through your system and you're okay.
Well, I'm going to put some music on and just...
Well, where can people find you now if they want to find you on either on TikTok or Facebook or anywhere you're at?
TikTok, Miss Angie B. On Facebook, Angelisa Blyden for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You and then be looking for her arts and crafts. We're going to come up with a cool name and I'll help her. We'll make a little something. We'll do a collaboration post and you guys can go find her crafts. But if you're interested in, anything like this, maybe you want to buy a Graybeard cutting board, hit me up and I'll set you up with her and we can do it that way too. But thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. I had so much fun. Did you have fun?
I did. Thank you for having me.
Was it less
Yes, it was,
stressful than you thought?
I wasn't as nervous. I actually felt relaxed and chill.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, guys and girls, we will see you next week, and take care of yourself. We love you. Bye.
Bye-bye.